are pretty bad in Canada. And finally, the news is coming out on your rising debt crises. We're one of the most highly indebted countries in the world, by the way. Not saying we're the highest. Shocking statistic. Delinquency rates surged by 19.14% year on year, rising to 1.43%, sort of highlighting the Canadians, the inability of Canadians to manage their existing finances. Hey everybody, I want to talk about Canada's debt crisis. Things are pretty bad in Canada. And finally, the news is coming out on every social media channel, on news, on blog posts. People are sharing their expenses. Things are getting really, really bad in Canada. I want to talk about Canada's major rising debt crises. We're one of the most highly indebted countries in the world, by the way. Not saying we're the highest indebted country, but we're definitely there among the top whatever list where we're not too far behind. I mean, it's amazing how much debt Canadians hold. But there has been a sharp increase, and I'm looking at this article right here, sharp increase in delinquency rates in Canada across all sectors. And over the past year in 2024, average debt levels have grown modestly, and they have, it's this whole thing about relying on credit cards. I've been saying this for a long time. Canadians are indebted massively. They're exposed massively. And delinquency rates, which is an indicator of financial distress, it has surged dramatically in Canada. Canadians are not able to manage their financial obligations. Let's just say that. So according to this article right here, I'm going to put this out there for everyone to see and research. I like to do research and post, to bring you the latest and greatest and good data analytics. So let me post this money.ca article for you so that you can have a look at this article. But here are some of the key findings of this article right here. Delinquency rates outpace debt growth nationwide, okay, everywhere. So average non-mortgage debt increased modestly by 3.79%, reaching $21,810. Now here's the really stark and shocking statistic. Delinquency rates surged by 19.14% year on year, rising to 1.43%, sort of highlighting the Canadians, the inability of Canadians to manage their existing financial obligations. Now, there are some very interesting aspects in this particular article. Google search trends has, what have Canadians been, searching for on search engines such as Google? Well, it looks like searches for budget planner and budget app searches. Searches for budget planner have soared by 152.86% year on year. So yes, Canadians are looking for budget planners or ideas on how to plan their budget, while the budget app searches declined by 24.32%. Interest in high interest borrowing solutions like payday loans. This is really dangerous. These payday loans have high interest rates, but people are desperate for whatever, obligations that they have to meet, that they're going to these payday loans. Interest in these high interest payday loans has increased by 27.6%. which is highlighting a lot of the financial pressures that Canadians. I make videos about content related to current affairs, economics, financial literacy, and general political topics in Canada. And I try and add a little bit of humor to these serious topics. So if you like this type of content, go ahead, like, subscribe. I really value your support. It'll go a long way in helping me promote and make good quality videos. I try to do a lot of research when I'm compiling these videos. So please go ahead, show your support, hit that subscribe button. I will make sure to continue delivering good quality videos for you. There are some interesting regional, disparities that have come up in this report. Newfoundland experienced the highest increase in debt, yet delinquency rates remain stable. So Newfoundland is a smaller economy, not that bad. However, Quebec, one of the major provinces of Canada, saw the delinquency rates rise by 24.16%. Okay, this has been the sharpest increase nationwide, so Quebec is not doing good. Prince Edward Island saw a 5.4% increase in debt. Now, some of the major cities, as expected, this report highlights that some of the major cities have definitely seen higher delinquency rates, and they're under a lot of financial pressure. So Toronto and Vancouver, the heart and blood of Canada, the economic epicenters of Canada, they have definitely been burdened by, guess what? High housing costs. It's no longer even a secret anymore. Housing costs in Canada are insanely high. They have skyrocketed insanely, and the delinquency rates in those two cities rose by 24.16% and 19% respectively. Smaller cities like Halifax, St. John's demonstrated some relative stability. Now, there are some generational trends that have come up, that are showing up in this report. Young adults aged between 18 and 25 faced a 17.02% rise in delinquency rates, and this is probably because of the fact that there's no jobs. There's no jobs out there for Canadians, okay? For young Canadians. Remember, I covered this last year summer. Canadian youth were looking for jobs. They couldn't find jobs. Now, Canadians nearing retirement, 56 to 65, saw the largest debt increase. And it reflects financial strain on them. So if you're nearing retirement, you're also pretty much screwed, okay? So it doesn't look good. General overview about this report: rising debt and delinquency across Canada is affecting daily Canadians between quarter 3 2023 and quarter 3 2024. Even though average debt levels increased modestly, delinquency rates surged at a much higher pace. These trends are not good for Canada. Canadians are suffering. Canadians are, for a country that's considered to be an advanced G7 country, Canadians are not doing well. And I know people tell me, hey, what's your problem? Everybody in the world is suffering. Every country in the world is suffering. Well, here's my concern. When people tout Canada as a country that has amazing living standards and Canada that is, Canadians having a great lifestyle, I want people to know this reality about Canada, that Canadians today are actually suffering. Relative to other countries, I don't know, put down in the comments, tell me how much people are suffering in your countries if you're watching this from anywhere in the world. But Canada, it's not, Canadians are not doing well. There's inflation, rising costs, stagnant wages, unemployment soaring. It just looks like it is not going to get better. Are Canadians suffering from bankruptcies? That number is going up as well. Bankruptcies are going up, and we might see an increase in those numbers as well. Canadians are seeking debt relief. It's just amazing how much debt Canadians have taken. I'm going to post this link for this report right here. Look at these trends right here across Canada's provinces. Look at the numbers right here, and you will see that Canadians are suffering massively in terms of their debt crisis, in terms of financial pressures. It's not a good time financially for a Canadian. There you go. Put down in the comments what you thought of this video. Like, subscribe, share if you genuinely enjoyed this video, if you got any value from it. I try and make educational content in a humorous manner. So until next time, bye-bye from Canadian. See ya.